Morning all. Okay, let's have a game. George 2097. So he's one of my favourite opponents actually for b3 for sure. He's a specialist in b3. I'll try and surprise him, or shall I? I'll try and play a6. Would that annoy him? a6? No, not really. Let's just carry on with this bishop d6 plan. The standard default kind of classical way is bishop d6, but he plays this. Knight a5. I've noticed because there was a game on Chess Games.com. Well, I was going to play knight a5, knight a3, but okay. Let's maybe target this bishop a5 and a4. Does it matter if he plays knight c4? Okay. Can I create some more weaknesses? If he plays c3, it can't go backwards after that. He might not want to play c3. It does pin his knight. So it's giving me some potential weaknesses to play on. Maybe queen c5. Queen c5 at some point. Would that be any good? What does it really do? Actually, bishop takes, queen takes, bishop d2. Or just bishop takes f3. That looks interesting.
Check.
So there's actually a point to bishop b4. I didn't realise there would be such a point. But it seems, yeah, if I can get knight h... whoa! Can't I just play knight e4 and castle queenside with check?
Check.
That looks like a total disaster for him. It's king and queen skewed with me castling queenside with check. I mean, he's an expert in this opening. I think this is a total disaster. So far anyway. Can he get out of this? King c1, knight takes f2. I can't see it. I can't see it. What is he doing here? King e2, castle queenside again. Bishop e5, queen c5. I'm on f2. Or queen b4 here. I think I'll castle. I mean, queen b4 is going to be useful. Or knight g5 would be useful. Have I let him off? I hope not. If I play bishop f3 here, then queen b4. Actually, that might be good. So, or is he going to win my e5? Can he actually get out of this? Was there a stronger? Queen b4, c3, knight c3, king d1, knight d2. I hope I haven't let him off the hook. The check, knight f6, knight d6. I think I like knight f6. Actually, knight d6, so I can play f6. If queen e5, I can try and exploit his king in the centre. Although a5 is one where he could try and hit this. Yep, he's still in the game. There's still work to do here. But I've got a clock advantage and the position looks very nice. I think it's going to be difficult for him to play this. So I think that's target. How about f5 and e4? Right, if I try and open up the position here, I've got to be worried about this diagonal and g7 though. Queen d2 is on a5. Opening up his bishop. Am I gonna really regret this? Let's do it. Let's open up the position a bit more. His rooks are not yet connected. Mind you. Okay, so if I take, alright, it's knight b5. Okay, I'll protect this guy, I think. That gives me knight f5 as well. If rook e1, maybe I should just take that. 2 rooks for the queen. You can still go for this a5. Yes, maybe I kind of let him off the hook. I bet you if we did post-mortem after this, there were better ways to play this. 2 rooks for the queen is usually a good deal. I mean, I can't see...
Check.
In this position, okay, that check was scary. He's winning that pawn, okay. But after that, then what? Uh-oh, am I going to mess this up? 2 rooks for the queen, but his bishop's not actually that bad. I've only got a minute's clock advantage. Can I try and break up his king? If I play for c4, try and open up his king. So he's on c7 potentially. Okay. Now it is a bit scary. Because actually c5, he's got c5 on the cards. Whoa. Is he going to play c5 himself? Okay, somehow I need to get back in gear here. Maybe knight b7 to c5. Oh, the 2 rooks, they're worse than the queen almost. If I can get to play knight b7, it still works here because of knight c5 check. I can just about get away with that for knight c5 check. So that's very useful, I think. That might help me a lot, this knight b7. So queen e6, knight c5 check. So we have a battle here. The 2 rooks versus the queen. Did I do a bad practical decision? He can be on b6 is protected by the rook. That's a very nice blockade. Maybe rook c6, king b7. Play for rook c6 and king b7. But I'm getting into a pin. Do I need to do that? I don't know what to do about c7. g5, trying to undermine. I don't know. g5, trying to loosen this bishop. Possible. So if he moves the pawn, I'll take the bishop. I'm going to take him and try and loosen this bishop on e5. It's very strongly reinforced. Giving him past h pawn though. Okay, that's a pain. Uh-oh. Can my rooks coordinate though with rook e3 here? Once he smashes this and takes there.
Check.
Oh dear. I've given him play, haven't I? Lots of play. I've got to try and get the rooks around. Maybe rook b6, rook e1, rook g1.
Check. Check.
Okay, can I get both rooks to win that pawn at least? If I can try and win that pawn, there's some hope here. Or try and get some clock pressure. Ah! I've really messed this up.
Check.
I really have. Why don't I just take the pawn? Hang on, I can just take the pawn. Both rooks are looking at the pawn. Take the pawn, they're crying. Take the pawn. I've got to get the h pawn now. He's going to get one of these pawns.
Check.
So maybe king b6 to get tempo. Right, so now I'll throw in a few checks. Can I get this h pawn? If I go around this h pawn, he's going to win one of my rooks or something. 20 seconds against 37. Right, there's rook b6 to queen b5. This rook is loose on loose, but he's only got like 10 seconds here. I don't think he's got a major check here. He's got, okay, the check on b5. Check. c5 protected. Both rooks are protecting
Time warning.
Oh, his king's coming in. What is doing with his king? Can I last one more second? Oh, I don't know. Fun. On the ACC, it's really tough. Oh, I bet you the engine finds a knockout blow there. Oh, what an opening to get. I nearly mess up. So bishop g4. So this is...
Check.
The engine didn't even suggest bishop d2. That's interesting.
Check.
So it's no big deal about it. If you're just taken with the queen, I was thinking this and here. Just d4, no big deal about it. White's apparently better. I thought, well, maybe we both thought this is a problem. If castle's here, oh, he just takes here. So there was actually no big deal. This wasn't going to happen, this blockade. This is just bad
Check.
for him, 94. So if it takes castles.
Check.
Now knight g5, yes, there must have been something better than what I played. Knight g5, just double the pawns now. Dear oh dear, I let him off the hook. Again, knight g5. Or bishop f3 is what I played. Knight g5 might be okay. Okay, queen e5 takes...
Check.
Queen b4 check is good, apparently. And then here... Oh right, yeah, that's sort of disaster. I played this, which is okay as well. Knight c5 is preferred. Maybe the idea to come back here. Knight c5 or knight d6 is now shown. Okay. So again, knight f5. What's the idea of this? Knight f5. Say who goes there. Queen c5. Well, it is just better. I mean, I think it's better for me. It's just. Yeah, okay, so what happened in the game when I took... Oh, queen f7 is given as preferred. Or queen h4. So not here. So it's as if he does have...
Check.
No, I should have played rook d7, protecting the pawn. That would have helped. Yeah, once I lost that pawn, he's nearly back in the game. It's about equal. Or even better now, he's better. I think this was a good move coming up. Well, knight e4, the engine's move. I played knight b7. That's okay as well. So that, just to revise that, queen e6, knight c5, when the king was here. We got this full king. So queen e6, knight c5.
Check.
So that's why I can't do that. So, but yeah, g5 mistake probably, yeah. Bishop d4, very, very strong reply. Very strong reply. And now he's in the driving
Check.
seat.
Check.
Now it's his turn
Check.
to muck it up, I think. But he's a bit low on time.
Check.
So after winning
Check.
that pawn,
Check.
I'm not too far behind technically in this position, apparently. Except after that. Oh no! Ouch. Yes.
Check.
Let me off. You only had about 10 seconds there. Okay, yeah, dramatic game. Hope you enjoyed it. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.